Students of class 10th, welcome to this teaching video of life process. That is the third part of the life process, and this life process is transportation. As you know, the meaning of the transportation is the movement of the things from one place to another place. Similarly, you can consider it the movements of molecules in the living beings. In the living body, the movement of the molecules from one place to another place. And that comes under that type of movements, that type of transport comes under the life process, transportation. Transportation occurs in both in plants and in animals. This type of life process, transportation, occurs in both kind of the living beings, whether they are plant or they are animals. Is it clear? Okay. Now come to the first part, that is transportation in plants. This is the first part that you are looking this slide of the diagrammatic representation of the plant, which is having the stem, leaves and roots. These are the roots. So this is the diagrammatic representation of a plant which is having root, stem and leaves. Three parts are there, and in these three parts, if you cut the section, you will see the vascular bundles like this in the stem and the vascular bundles like this diagram in the roots. So vascular bundle means xylem and phloem. Xylem and phloems are the vascular bundles which are found in roots as well as in the stem, both. And these vascular bundles are responsible for the transportation of the different molecules of what? Different molecules like water, minerals, prepared food from one place to another place in whole plant body, as you are looking it. So now come to the before going in detail about the xylem and phloem, you have to know that there is two types of transportation in the living beings, and these two types of the transportation are called passive transport and active transport. So this diagram is showing first of all, that is the easy diffusion of the substances, whether they are water, they are gas or something else. That easy diffusion via the cell membrane. So this is the simple diffusion. This is the first part of the passive transport. There will be no requirement of energy in this diffusion process. And second is that facilitated diffusion. Facilitated diffusion means diffusion through the vascular bundles. These are the vascular bundles. Suppose this is the vascular bundle, and diffusion get facilitated through a system, through a vascular bundle. Also that comes under the passive transport, and in passive transport there will be no requirement of any energy in this transport, because as you know, there are several factors are in the environment, and the factors are humidity and temperature. So humidity and temperature in the outer environment are the main factors for the passive transport, and passive transport is the fastest transport. When water get transpirated, water get evaporated from the stomata, then the more and more diffusion of the water takes place from the roots. What you are saying this? So this is the autonomous transport, and there will be the no requirement of energy. But in case of the different temperature and humidity, there may be the active transport, and active transport means absorption of the essential mineral, absorption of the water take place with the help of ATP. ATP means energy, that require energy, and each molecule get transported with the help of the energy. So in active transport, requirement of energy is must through that system. System वही है, cell membrane and as well as the xylem and phloem. But whenever it get activated by the energy, it is called active transport, and whenever it get activated by the environmental factors, it called passive transport. And in passive transport, there will be no need of energy. Now come to the points, that 3 points are there in the transportation in the plants, and these points are very important points. Diffusion, as you are looking this diffusion. So this diffusion means anything get diffuses through the cell membrane, either of the root or of the stem or of the leaf, stomata, that comes under the diffusion, whether that is gas or water, etc. Second is transpiration. Transpiration is the process of going out of the water from the plant body through the stomata, means excess water or water get transpirated due to the environmental factor like high temperature in the environment, then the water get transpirated. Third is guttation. Guttation is the process by which that if the more humidity in the environment, then there will be the storage of the water molecules on the leaves of the plants. What you have seen, sometimes you might be seen in your surrounding, that water get deposited on the leaves of the several plants like lotus. You may seen the guttation on the lotus leaves. But this transpiration is the process by which the water get evaporated from the vascular bundles through the stomata or through the leaves. Now come to the xylem and phloem. This xylem bundle and phloem bundle are the just like veins and arteries of the human, or veins and arteries of the animals. Xylem is meant for the absorption of water and minerals from the ground, while this phloem that is associated with the xylem, this mid portion that is showing is the xylem and phloem. This both mid portion of these two, mid portion of the this vascular system of the root and mid portion of the vascular system of the stem, that is separately showing the bundles of the xylem and phloem. As you have studied in previous class, that xylem is having 4 components: xylem fiber, xylem parenchyma, tracheids and sclerids. So these are the 4 components that comes under the xylem. While in phloem, there is phloem parenchyma, phloem fiber, sieve tube and sieve plate. These are the four components of the phloem. Now you must know that the movement of the substances like water and minerals is unidirectional in the xylem. Unidirectional means it goes upward only, right from the root to the leaves. So xylem perform the function of the transportation in the plant body unidirectionally, only that flow only in one direction, while the movement of the food material that has been manufactured by the leaves due to the phloem that is bidirectional. If a middle portion leaves are manufacturing food, then that food will be translocated. That food will be translocated in the upper part of the plant body as well as in the lower part of the plant body, and that is called the bidirectional movement. So now let us see the one very important aspect, that is the translocation of food. Come to this point, and that is the another, that is translocation. And this one very important thing that comes under the transportation in the plants, which can be described as the distribution of the food according to the requirement at that particular part in the plant body is called translocation. Means food get translocated in a cell as per the requirement of that cell is called translocation. So translocation can be defined as the distribution of required distribution of the food in different parts of the plant body is called translocation. So you have to remember these four key points: transpiration, guttation, diffusion and translocation in the topic of the transportation in the plant body. You have to also remember the passive transport and active transport that is performed by the cell membrane of the plant body, and vascular bundles of the plant body. Vascular bundles are xylem and phloem. So my dear students, this is the summarized explanation of the transportation in the plant body, because you have already studied the xylem and phloem in your previous class, and in this class you must remember about the active and passive transport, whether that is plant or animal. In both, active and passive transport is there, and these four important key points, and the key points are transpiration. Transpiration means the execution of water from the plant body or evaporation of the water from the plant body. Diffusion means whenever the water and gases they get diffused, they get entered into the plant body, that is diffusion. And guttation means if the environment is having the high humidity, then there will be the storage of the water droplets on the plant's leaves that is seen in the morning. It means the water did not evaporated, and that is collected on the leaves of the plants. And translocation, that is the substantial distribution or required distribution in different parts of the plant body as per the requirement of that particular part of the plant body. So my dear students, in this video you have learned all the key points of the transportation in the plant body. So for this video you have to learn it very carefully. These are the important points that might be asked, and thank you very much for watching this video.